Mysterious dream islands exist in Pokemon Pokopia, and you can visit them every day to grab a bunch of resources and find rare items. Hey YouTube, welcome back to a brand new Pokemon Pokopia video. Today we are talking about dream islands, how to get them, where to find them, what you can find there, everything you should know, the limitations, the benefits, all in this guide video. Plus we'll be covering some tips and tricks along the way, so if this video sounds fun, be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and let's jump in. Now, dream islands are essentially separate little islands away from the mainland that you can visit on any given day. And to get there, you need the help of Drifloon. Not too far after the start of the game, it's possible to encounter a Drifloon and befriend them. And Drifloon's special ability is to visit these dream islands. It's really cute because he basically picks up Ditto and floats there. Anyway, these special mini islands exist for you to gather extra resources, do extra exploring, and even find special items, some common and some hidden and rare. You can even find things such as gold and Pokemetals, which come in super handy when you want to 3D print things. Anyway, the benefits of these islands are they're just useful, whether you fancy exploring or whether you want to steal some sand or other terrain. Whatever you want to do there, you can pretty much do. But how do you visit an island? So once you have befriended Drifloon, it's as simple as showing Drifloon a doll. For whatever reason, Drifloon gets energy from these dolls, and it reminds them of the humans that used to roam the area. Anyway, showing a doll to Drifloon will prompt Drifloon to offer a visit to one of these dream islands and to take you there. In this example, I'm using an Eevee doll, which is a doll I found pretty early on in the game, and Drifloon takes us to the Wasteland Dream. So once you have these dolls, the good news is if you've got multiple dolls or you're not sure on which island it will take you to, Drifloon does give you a little preview of the materials, or at least the common materials that you might find there. Where to find dolls? Now the dolls, which are of course the key component to offering them to Drifloon in order to get to Dream Islands, can be found in a variety of places. Most commonly they are just randomly in the overworld like all other pieces of furniture, and I'm pretty sure there's a random element to finding them. The most common seems to be in the glowing spots inside blocks, so smash the blocks, find a treasure, and there's a good chance it will be a doll. You can also find them from the PC shop, so if you're lucky enough to see one in the shop, go ahead and buy it. It's also been reported that you can even find them in the red Pokeballs randomly found lying about the world, so if you haven't found any yet, don't worry, you will encounter them randomly as you progress through the game. I'm pretty sure I found my Eevee one near the gate on the way to Vermilion, so be sure to check over there. What are the limitations? Now the Dream Islands are really cool because it's like an infinite resource, and there's lots of cool stuff to find there, but there are some limitations. Firstly, you can only visit one island per day. This means you can only take one doll per day to Drifloon. But the good news is, despite that being a limitation, you can visit multiple times a day. So if like me you went to the island with full pockets, only to realise you couldn't hoard new resources or do much exploring because your pockets were full, you can return home, empty them into storage, and then head back to Drifloon and then back to the same dream island. You can do that as many times as you like, and once again it is great for hoarding terrain blocks or any other materials you want to take home. I personally recommend hoarding, well, everything, but mostly the sand from these islands, especially from the Eevee island. Mostly because you can use the sand to build sand pits for Pokemon, and it's a great toy item that only takes up one space and you can craft pretty easily. So that's a good tip. How many islands are there? Currently, there are 7 known Dream Islands, and each island can be visited by showing Drifloon a specific Pokemon doll. The dolls we know about include a Pikachu doll, an Eevee doll, a Clefairy doll, an Arcanine doll, a Dragonite doll, a Ditto doll, and a Substitute doll. Each island offers us different items and rare items, including berries, twine, various ores, stones, and fragments. It literally depends on which island you go to, so they all have benefits. I'll put a helpful list on screen now showing off the islands associated with which doll and what are the common materials you can kind of find there. What else can you find? Now these islands, I can't even express just how helpful they actually are, especially for me who just kind of likes hoarding materials, so I always have them on me. So besides an almost infinite amount of resources, you could also find hidden habitat tips and clues located around the island. You can find outfits even, and other various exclusive items. So it's 100% worth exploring, even if you do it once or twice for every doll. Apparently, if you use the Ditto or the Substitute doll, there's even a chance of encountering a legendary Pokemon, although I've not seen any yet. Which brings me to a point I kind of forgot to mention, there are no Pokemon there, by the way. Anyway, another cool thing you can do with these dream islands once Drifloon has taken you there is you can go into photo mode and actually take reference photos of things. So if you didn't want to steal an item, say you saw a nice water feature and you didn't want to steal it but you wanted it, you could take a picture of it and then use the Pokemetals you might find here to go back to a Pokemon Center and 3D print it using the kind of item duplication machine. So reference photos are really cool if you think you might want an item that you'd be able to create yourself at a later date. So some people are going to enjoy these islands for the exploring, some are going to be enjoying them for the reference photos, others are going to be enjoying the hidden items and resources. But another cool thing is just straight up inspiration. There's a lot of structures on these islands, including buildings and caves and little areas that are great inspiration for your own island. FAQs. Now it's worth mentioning that anything you do on the island will remain. For example, if you demolish a building, it won't miraculously rebuild itself next time you visit, and neither will the terrain. If you somehow dug out a cave in the side of a mountain you found, when you come back another day, it will still be there. It won't heal itself, the stuff won't respawn in. I do imagine though, some materials such as berries will respawn though. We'll have to wait and see if things like stones and that reappear, but for the most part, blocks such as terrains and various materials and sand will not respawn. However, you are free if you want to take what you want. So if you feel like stealing a building, or taking some crates, or stealing a water fountain, you absolutely can. And it also means if you are the decorating type and somehow you fill the entire main world, and you're looking for somewhere else to decorate on the side, you could treat these dream islands as another place of your own. So that's something to think about. So that's pretty much everything there is to know about Dream Islands in Pokemon Pokopia. Simply talk to Drifloon, show off a Pokemon doll, go to the island, and do whatever you want. I hope you enjoyed this video, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like on the way out, and don't forget to subscribe.